It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the AMP Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
It works. I did a nice job, didn't I?
Nice. Welcome to Brooklyn Cafe on a Tuesday. We are turning the corner
On what?
to the end of the year.
And you're actually happy about that?
No, I'm not, but you guys won't let me be miserable. So look at my hands. So today, we had to work on some stuff. And everything I tried failed. And along came a spider, a guest of ours.
Oh,
who
John?
came. Well, John came, and he had to fix his car. So he didn't come because he wanted to. He only came because he had to fix his car. He went across the street. And they made him a really good deal for some work that he needs done, because this is the traveling man. You know, he travels all over the U.S. And that car's got to be in tip-top condition.
Yeah, that's right, 'cause we be rolling and rolling.
See, yeah, he sings. I was egging him on to do that.
And so he helped you fix the table and the monitors.
He kept telling me smaller. The wood is too big. Him and Josh. I told Josh, hit it with a hammer, because in my day, I hit everything with a hammer. It worked.
I saw that. So how'd your fingers get black? You spray painted.
I hit it with a hammer. No, so I spray painted a piece of metal to try to fix that. And I guess I got some on my fingers.
We can't have black. Between my lipstick and your black fingers, our mugs should like go into, I don't know.
But I started to paint the red bricks out in the front. Painting in black. Because she never got me the brown paint.
You didn't leave them on the new white sidewalk, did you?
Of course.
When you were painting them?
Of course.
No.
It's a big spot on the
You did not.
And I did it in front of the guys that are doing
You didn't do it.
the parking lot.
You didn't do it.
Yeah. And he says to me, that's a good idea. He should paint the sidewalk to protect the cement. I know what I'm doing. So now they're going to paint it.
You make me way too nervous to even go outside and see our landlord. That's all I can tell you.
What do you think? I'm crazy now? I did it on the side over here where they're gonna try to.
Oh man! So
But,
it's been a busy morning, productive morning.
No, it hasn't. I've been going in and out the door, inside the door. You have me nuts.
Not me. I'm sitting in the
No,
back
you.
doing things. We've got new
It's
shows starting.
Between
and-
you and Josh.
Well,
crazy.
we're very quiet
Josh
here today.
goes, the monitors are falling down. I said, good, Josh, fix it. No, it's broken. Got to get a new
The
table.
whole table was broken.
So we have to get a new table, but I'm not prepared to do that yet.
Okay.
Because you got to lift everything off the table,
Yeah.
put a new table.
I was gonna say we have one in the back you can use.
No, I need that table.
For what?
I don't know.
I have an idea that you could take the one table that was in the front of the studio and put it with the encoder, and then put Frank's books on the ones that's just broken because it's only broken in the back, and then you're good to go.
No.
You could do it.
First of all, do you know what happens when you use a broken table? Nothing works out. You ever notice? You cook, you put it on the spot where it's broken, on the
All
floor.
I can tell you is Mercury retrograde. So when things are having a little bit of a hard time
that's
working
what it is.
today,
That's
and I
it.
had a hard time turning on the camera today, I'm like, just
And
breathe.
Braxton computer went kapunk.
Yeah, we're Mercury retrograde for the next 3 weeks, so
I
just
found
bear
out
with
why
it.
Venus spins in the opposite direction.
Why?
And I bet you, and I went to TikTok School of Science for it.
Why?
Because when the galaxy was made, the planets ran into each other. So Venus and the Earth hit each other. And Venus ended up off the rebound backwards. And the Earth ended up going forward.
Is that Venus?
Like that. That's what happened.
You know what I recently found out? That planets don't sparkle, they don't twinkle, while stars do. This might be like the most basic thing ever, but now I know how to identify. Jupiter has been very prominent in the sky recently, and it doesn't twinkle.
Planets don't twinkle, but stars do?
Yeah.
So what are they, more of a flat kind of?
Yeah.
Really? I'll have to check
Now,
that out.
do you know why the Earth as a planet is so different than every other planet? I mean, you ever wake up in the morning and say, why are we here? You ever wonder?
All the time.
Well,
And
I got
don't
an
you
answer
realize
for
we're
you.
just like the small little microcosm of
You
life?
have to go to TikTok.
Look at your black hands. I can't
You gotta
even
go
take
to,
it.
you know, there was a movie called The Black Camp, but that's something else. You got to go to TikTok. The reason is because, do you know our orbit? You know how fast the Earth spins?
Hmm.
You don't know. It is faster than any other planet. So apparently, when Venus hit us, collided us, it sent us into this spin. And Venus was slowed down in the opposite direction. All the other planets do not spin, don't have the same magnet created. That's why we have life on this planet. Well, man, I got educated.
You're getting all your news from now TikTok.
No, I looked it up. It's true. Because I wasn't going to believe TikTok. So I went
You've
and
now
looked it up.
verified
I
TikTok.
looked it up, and it's true. That is why there is life on this planet, and every other planet does not. Now, do you know, I got some bad news for you. Another couple of billion years, the Earth will stop spinning, the rotation, and we will turn into Venus.
Well, we're going to have to talk
A
to Frank
giant
about that.
organic mass.
We'll have to talk to Frank about that one.
Well, I just want you to know these things so you can
TikTok
make.
taught
This made me really sad
yeah,
right now, Freddie.
Hashtag Freddie. TikTok taught me, exactly.
But if you think about it, it's true. It works that way. You don't. You see, you don't believe me.
I'm
You don't
still
believe nothing I
fascinated
say.
that planets
Listen,
don't
mira,
sparkle,
mira,
but
mira,
stars do.
mira, mira, Lucy, mira, Lucy. See that? I have this here because I knew you weren't going to believe a word I said today. So I'm going to hold this sign up like a protest.
You know, I'm thinking about what you and I do in the mornings between the morning show and the midday show. And Ojan comes in the back. I said, I did not even know you were here. He says, where's Freddie? I don't know. Well, Freddie's either dealing with a pipe that he's painting, a rebar, a piece of wood, a hammer, a crowbar. And what am I doing? I'm writing voiceovers. I'm putting up posts. I'm putting up videos. I'm posting commercials. Where's Freddie? Outside someplace at the car.
First of all, we had a deal. You said I had to take care of stuff in here, so I had to use Josh and I had to use the man's techniques. You should see, people were giving me all sorts of things to fix this problem. They gave me pipe, they gave me wood,
We're in a great
they gave me
location,
silly
right?
putty. They love me. Yeah, Freddie, yeah. I have a couch. You want to use a couch? Next door. I got a couch that'll help you.
There you go.
There you go.
Welcome to Mercury retrograde.
That's the way Josh, when he leaves it, that's the way he looks.
And then you do all your things, and I got to clean it up. But we got it all taken care of. I think we're ready to
So
rock
I
and
tell
roll.
Dawn, we fixed the table. You know what she says? Oh, I got it clean.
I got to dust. I got to dust it.
So this is here in protest because you don't believe a word I say. I notice you don't believe any of my facts.
TikTok facts.
I'm not going to tell you it comes from TikTok.
I think Eric actually sent me some facts. I'm going to have to check that out also. One kind word can change someone's day. We've got the Modern Rose in the studio. I spoke to Maria Stefania. Hopefully we're going to be able to see her next week. She went back to Jersey to get all of her ladies
Well, I waited for her
beautified.
parents to come down.
I know they had to clean up that whole event the next day.
That
She
took
had
all
to
day.
clean out the conference room, then they went to Miami, but she'll be back in town next week. We've got the Modern Rose that we met last week. They're going to join us today. We've got Ojan, and we've got Royce has a guest joining us from the Global Agency. Izette Pinto, founder of Global Agency.
Yeah.
Doesn't Royce look beautiful today?
She looks beautiful
She's
every
all
day.
dressed up, doing her thing. I
Gracie,
didn't
look at that camera in front of you.
I did not
Don't
even know
look at
Royce
me.
was coming today, by the way.
The other one. You didn't know she was coming? I told you she was coming.
Did you know?
No, she asked me for a VMix code.
I knew.
I guess she wanted to put it in her pocket.
No, I think that's for the guest.
Oh, okay. That's even better.
Who's joining us
So what
virtually.
does Global do?
Well, fill us in a little bit, Royce.
Distributor of Magnificent Century.
Magnificent Century. Is that a cartoon? What is that?
It's a TV series.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
big. My mom loved it. She watched every single episode. And it's crazy because the first thing I told her when she said she was Turkish is, I like your shows. She said, which one? I said, Magnificent Century. And she was like, the distributor of that show is coming on the show today. So I was like,
I gotta say, this kid, she brought on, remember football when ESPN had the Jaguars and whoever, and they turned it into a cartoon on ESPN2? You remember that?
nope.
Well, I guess
They
the
did a
bidding-
whole story animation. It was called Sunday Fun Day. And the whole animated live football game they did to look like Toy Story, like Andy's Room. If anyone ever saw Andy's Toy Story, it was unbelievable,
You-
right?
But did you see the football? My favorite movie? No, of course not. But the football was live. It was real time, and she brought in the producers of that on the show. I was amazed. Man,
Wow.
this kid, she's got a little something working.
So we're gonna
For
have
sure,
to see
for
what
sure.
that's all about. She's gonna bring them in, I believe, in a few minutes, right?
Yeah, in 3 minutes.
They're coming in virtually. So why don't we take a commercial break?
Okay.
And more to come on the other side of this break. Give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A. It's much calmer in here than it was yesterday. Yesterday was just like
There's a
swarm
lot going on. That's
people.
because it's pickleball. I need a pickleball paddle now.
She's gonna send you some as soon as she gets them.
We're going to play pickleball in front of Modern Rose. We're gonna bring it.
I had no idea what it was until last weekend.
Oh, are you kidding me? I would have.
No, it's a whole big deal.
I would have taken you with me to the convention center over the weekend. There was thousands of people there. You would. You should, because you're athletic, right? Oh, you would have had a ball. This pickleball thing, I
He was
never
at
played.
the thing in Delray the week before where Garcia was there.
Who?
Ojan,
He what?
yes,
Yeah, I was at the pickleball, whatever it was.
in Delray.
Oh,
Doing his
oh,
thing.
that's right. For your business, that would have been excellent.
Yeah.
But they had a fashion show, bro. You would have.
Hey, more
Yeah.
to come. We're going to take a commercial
All
break.
right, commercial.
We'll be right back.
Don't miss out on December 20th this holiday season.
We are proud to announce a book basket giveaway with all of Frank A. Ruffolo's books. A renowned author with many stories, including Tres Archangelis,
Jack Stenhouse Murder Mysteries.
and sci-fi explorations like Xantha Terror.
Don't wait. Buy now.
To win the book basket, purchase any book right here at the studio of Frank A. Ruffolo or purchase it online at frankaruffolo.com.
Call him 866-224-5422.
Good luck.
This holiday season, let the spirit of the Brooklyn Cafe brighten up your mornings with our exclusive cafe merch collection, with our stylish tees to rep your favorite show. Elevate your morning routine with our signature cafe mugs, a sleek, lightweight laptop sleeve to protect your valuable device, a 17-ounce stainless steel bottle with your favorite show logo on it, and your favorite, hold on, let me overthink this phone case, for all Apple and Samsung phones. Cheers to the holiday season. Order now at brooklyncafe.tv/shop. Happy holidays!
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties. Open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Now, Boca and Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. Just want to say thank you to Vic and Jody from South Florida Oldies for inviting us to do that pickleball segment yesterday. Yesterday's show was #1 of the month.
It was a great show.
Views.
And they started calling me. I had another company call me this morning, so I don't know what happened with them, but maybe
Pickleball TV network. This is crazy.
more to come in the
Never
spring,
seen
early
anything
spring
like
for
that.
this.
We're gonna, when we talk to the restaurant, we're gonna put a pickleball piece on the menu.
Modern Rose.
Yeah.
But first we have to go
Modern
someplace
pickle.
beyond our studio.
Yes,
Royce
where
has
we
a
go?
guest joining us from the global agency that she's worked really hard on. Royce was one of our producers, and she came back for this interview that she had booked. Royce, you want to do the introductions for your guest?
So, Izzet is one of the biggest distributor of TV series in Turkey, and he distributes Magnificent Century, which we talked before. And here he is.
All right, let's bring him over.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Great. How about you?
Thank you so much for joining us. They're sitting here talking about your amazing series that you distribute.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, pleasure to be part of this. Thanks for inviting me.
Where are you located?
We are located in Istanbul. Have you been here before?
I have.
Oh, great. How did you like it?
It was beautiful. There was a lot of marble, a lot of the tour they take you on. I loved it. I had a
Yeah.
ball in Istanbul. It's the best.
How cool that we can actually talk
Great.
to Istanbul live right now.
Yes, the technology is amazing. Absolutely.
Isn't that unbelievable? Think about that.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
mean, like, he could be anywhere, and he happens to be in Istanbul, and here we are going live with this. So thank you for giving us your
Exactly.
time. What are you, 6 hours later?
So it's now 8 hours, right?
Okay.
So
Oh,
it's
okay.
almost it's 8:30 p.m. in
Okay, so
Istanbul.
you're 8 hours.
Yeah.
And I was reading the bio that Royce provided with us. You started this distribution company, and it just grew and grew and grew. What made you
Yeah,
get into
thanks
the
God.
distribution? It's not easy.
It's not easy actually, but I have always been an entrepreneur, and I was trying different business opportunities, and none of them worked in the past. So my friend gave me this idea actually, and it worked since day one. But in the past, I tried many businesses and it failed, but this one worked this time.
What about distributing content is so appealing to you?
I love taking the ideas and making it international. I think that's the best part of our business, because imagine a local idea from anywhere in the world. Sometimes, for example, we track ideas from India or Romania, Spain, wherever it is, and usually the idea is created by one person, and then we take it international and try to have a global success. And I think this is the best feeling for me, and that's why I love this job.
Is it different? Is a different feel going global and international? It sounds silly, right? Because you would think all platforms are international, but you actually have to get the viewer's eye to know that it's even existing.
Well, actually, in my business, most of the content are aired in national or free TV channels around the world, not platforms. So it's even harder. We need to go to each territory and find a local broadcaster for our show. So it's even more difficult, when you sell a show to a platform, it's just one sale and they do the dubbing, etc., and the show is on. But in our business, we try to reach broadcasters in each country and sell the local language rights to them. So it's more difficult, but I think it's more challenging and fun.
So Modern Centuries is distributed from Istanbul, but we're able to watch it here in the States. It's in Magnificent Centuries,
Yes.
I'm sorry. English or Turkish?
Yes.
It's in Turkish with English subtitles.
So, yeah. But actually, also in multiple territories in US, it was aired in Spanish language. So the Hispanic rights was sold to a couple of channels there, and then it's a big success on Netflix. That's what we do.
I heard it was really big in India. My mom said it was really big in India. Is that true?
In many countries, it was number one, but I think it was especially very big in Ukraine and Russia because the main character is a Ukrainian woman. And that's why, especially in those two territories, it was a big hit.
Interesting. And when you distribute a series, do you consider the culture and where you're going to distribute it? Because this show is a Turkish show, right? But then to think that they're going to dub it over in Spanish.
Does it lose anything in the dub? Does it lose anything in the translation?
Well, if it was a comedy show, I think it will lose in translation. But when it's a drama, I think it doesn't get lost in translation. And translation and dubbing companies, they do a good job. You know, they attract the good voices to attach it and have the perfect translation. So then people feel related to the show. And these Turkish dramas are family-oriented shows, and it works almost everywhere.
Do you find it relates close to home, Royce, when you watch this?
Yeah, I feel. And I love the history part of it.
And how
Right.
about you, John? Your mom loves it.
Yeah, she just mentioned, Royce mentioned the history part of it. That's part of the reason why I like it too, and she liked it because it takes place in the Ottoman Empire, and they had a very powerful empire for many centuries, and it just shows their royalty and their warriors and their battles, and it's a lot of romance in there too, obviously, to spice it up. You know, I got the love relationships going. But yeah.
Have you seen
So far, we sold it to 112 countries worldwide. So it's a global phenomenon.
So they brought the content to you to distribute?
So what we do is we represent the production company.
Okay.
Tim's Productions was a production at that time. And we have been distributing it for almost 12 years.
Wow.
And so because the first season started like almost 12 years ago, but it was aired for 4 seasons. And we have been still selling it all over. People are buying the rerun rights. And then it really became a global hit for us.
It's a whole lot of binge watching if you and I start watching it.
You know, I'm really
12 years.
You gotta watch it in like, but I'm really interested in the concept of how you can take content and sell it over and over again on different platforms. Over the number of years, what is it that you do that is so, I guess, different? That's some long-running production.
Yeah. So what we do is like a global agency is a content distribution company. But I think what makes us different than other distribution companies is our marketing side. So when we take on a project, we do a big marketing project around the world. We attend at least 18 markets a year. There are markets around the world, like think about the film festivals, you know, it's a similar one. But this time it's for TV festivals, especially in Cannes in France. They do 2 times markets, exhibitions. And there is also one next month in Miami. Actually, there will be 2 back-to-back markets. One is called NetB, and the other one is called Content America. So we attend these exhibitions with big stands and big marketing plan, launch parties with the cast. So we make sure that all the broadcasters are aware of our shows. and we start selling to different territories. And after it becomes a success in one country, then we catch the attention of other territory. So step by step, you reach more buyers if it's an international success.
I'm impressed. This is a big deal. Listen, have you heard about this show, the Brooklyn Cafe here in Miami?
I heard a little bit about Royce from Royce.
Yes, we would love to have you when you. Are you going to be in Miami?
Yes, next month.
Oh, we got to send a car to bring them up and crew, and have them in here.
At the
And have
NATPE conference?
Yeah, bring them up, and they could do a little something in here, and then we invite some fans.
We should go down to NATPE, actually.
And then we go next. We go down there as well. I think that
Yeah, sure.
And let's invite Roy. Bring Roy from New York. He would love this thing as well. And we call the Movies of Del Rey and everybody else. I think it's really, it's nice to see that what you do is uplifting in our business, because with the strike and everything else that has been happening with what's been going on recently, the wars and the this and the that, it's nice to hear finally this Christmas a success story. If somebody actually, he's not a 12-minute deal. This guy's been around for years doing
the
it.
distribution is what's critical, right? You can have the best show, the best game show, the best storyline, the best movie, and if it sits on a shelf or it doesn't go anywhere, then how good is it? So the distributor, your company, is critical to getting that content out, because you can have the best and then it sits. Do you use social media?
I agree.
Do you do marketing also?
Yeah, we do everything. What you say is really correct. Like imagine a singer, if that singer doesn't have a good agent or manager, then nobody will recognize how good he or she is. So same thing applies for content. With the right distributor, it can shine. But if the right people doesn't take on the distribution, then it will not get noticed.
Very important.
And what do you find your niche is? Because as you said, this was not your first business of choice. How did you become so successful?
Well, I think, I didn't really think about this, but maybe having so many failures in the past helped me to succeed this time. I think, maybe I'm wrong, but it's just my opinion. To be successful, maybe you need to fail several times and learn from your mistakes, and then maybe succeed in the next time.
I want to thank you for doing this. It's an honor to meet you. They didn't tell me that he was coming on until this morning. So I was
so surprised for you.
That's because he doesn't access the calendar. It's all good though, isn't it?
I can't find the calendar. They put it in places that nobody can find it except
he doesn't access it, but it's all right there.
But I am floored about the story and the success. And again, it's really hard to find in our business people that have your run, people that are good at what they do, and you're a firm believer in yourself and what you do. In this business, there's so much insecurity. So people are very afraid. They play not to win as opposed to playing to win. And that's what I like about this. And you finally hit your note, and congratulations. 12 years later, congratulations. And I'm sure there are other things that you worked on as well that have been at least as successful or just below it.
Again, you try, and you should always keep on trying. So after these dramas being so successful around the world, thanks to all our rivals and all the other distribution companies, Turkey became the leading export of dramas after US and UK. So in the world, Turkey is number 3 now in terms of content export. I think it's a big thing.
That's tremendous. What else do you have in the pipeline? What else are you looking in your distribution rights for?
In our catalog, actually, we have 150 shows. 75 of them are dramas, and 75 are TV formats. That means game shows, singing shows, quiz shows. So, and I also love creating formats. I'm a creator as well, and my biggest dream is to create a format that takes over the world, become a huge success all around the world. Not like in 5 or 10 countries, but maybe 70 plus territories. That's my goal, and that's what I enjoy.
What type of format would you want to create to do that?
For example, one of my favorite formats has been The Voice. It's a great one. For example, I always say that I wish I created that format. I think that's one of the strongest format around the world. So my goal will be, creating the next Voice.
The Voice in Turkey.
No, look at it as an international thing,
Kind of
because
like
when
Simon
you
Cowell
create
did,
a
right? So
format,
he's got
yes,
America's Got Talent, and
Yeah.
he's got that everywhere.
So
yeah, exactly.
So in
exactly.
essence, you like a musical show, something in the musical talent show?
Yeah, that's what I like, and I have created many music shows.
I like the stories behind the singers. When they do that whole story bit, and then you're an underdog and you show up and the lights explode because you have the voice of God. I love that. I love the success story that goes with it.
Yeah.
And that's what I think really did well with The Voice and all those other singing platforms. It's funny because in the day, there used to be a show that was called Soul Train. And Soul Train had singers already that were established or being established. The owner of South Florida Oldies, Vic Canales, had Madonna in clubs, and that's how she started, Studio 54 and things of that nature. So I love the history of what you're talking about, and I think you're right. I think the music industry right now can use a shot right now to unify people, to get it done correctly. It would be an interesting take.
Yeah.
When someone comes to you with content, what are the 3 top things that you look at to accept the distribution rights?
Well, let's look at it 2 ways. One is if it's a format and if it's not produced, just an idea. Once I like it, then I consult my sales team because they are the ones that are going to sell. So they have to like it as well. That's the most important thing. And if it's a good idea, usually, it catches you within 10 seconds. Once they pitch, you either like it or you drop it. So if I like it, then I approach my team, and if they believe as well, we take on the representation. Regarding dramas, normally we take on the representation once it airs in Turkey. So what we do is we look at the production company, if they have good background, story, the cast, and if it's already on air, the ratings. So we look at multiple things.
And you do the production as well? If they'll come to you with an idea,
No.
then you don't do that, okay.
No, what we do is if they bring us an idea of a format, then we hire third-party companies to produce a pilot. But we are not a production company. Maybe one day, maybe when the right time comes, I will be a producer, but not yet.
You've got the distribution, right? So why not just keep distributing? You've got the niche, you know what you're doing, and everyone in the studio is loving this one show. Royce, do you see any of the other shows that he does?
Yeah.
Which
Most
other ones
of
do you
them.
like? Most of them?
Especially One Love.
Yeah, there's a new show, a new drama called One Love, which is the highest rated show in Turkey now. And we have sold to over 50 countries in the last year. Also, I think it will air in Univision in the US for Spanish rights.
Wow.
So soon we will have it.
What's it about, Royce?
It's about romance between 2 different cultures.
No.
Interesting. I love the whole bringing all the different cultures forward, especially now when there's so much hate in the world, to actually share the different
Yeah.
cultures and romance and love and how people can come together.
Yeah.
It brings a whole different take on it in different countries, so everyone gets to see what it's like everywhere else.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're all the same. We're all
True.
just people.
Absolutely.
Wow. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it so much. Royce, nice job.
Thank you.
Well, hopefully when you come down to Miami, we can actually meet you in person. That would be amazing.
Great, great. And you are also based in Miami?
We're about an hour away, so pretty close.
Okay, yeah, not far.
Not far at all. Thank you so much, Zed.
Well,
Thank
thanks
you.
for having me.
It's been
Thank
our
you for being
pleasure.
on. Yes.
We look forward to seeing
Perfect.
you again. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Izette Pinto, wow, global agency. What a treat.
Unbelievable. See, you should tell me more things.
Royce, nice job again. I mean, to be able to distribute these massive shows.
A lot of stuff comes out of Turkey. I'm floored.
We're learning a
of
lot,
stuff.
right?
And what are the chances are that you got a guy in here, because his car needs to be
Right,
repaired.
because you weren't even supposed to be here.
His car needed to be repaired, and he knows, he hit it right on the head when he was talking to Royce about the segment, and he watches it.
Your mom, she's not Turkish. Where's your mom from?
Iran.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're close. You know,
It's
they're close
close.
culturally, and my grandfather's side is all Turkish. And
But you watched this show?
yeah, I did. I watched a whole bunch of episodes. One winter break, I went home, and for those 3 weeks, my mom was on it every day, just binging this Magnificent Century. It's kind of like a soap opera in certain parts too, but then it's like, you know, there's war and battle, and you know, the romance thing is the thing I think she really liked about
Does
it.
it take place in the centuries when there was swords and things of that nature?
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
You speak Turkish?
No, I don't speak Turkish.
You
But
were
if you
reading
go
the-
way back on my grandfather's side, they spoke Turkish, but you have to go way back, you know, because there's a lot of Turks in Iran that speak Turkish, and then there's a lot of Turks, you know, that are of Turkish ancestry but no longer speak it.
Isn't it interesting how people end up in the studio just serendipitously?
And
then we
he hel-
happen to have this interview
And he helped
in
fix the
Istanbul,
table.
right where we are. I mean,
And
who
he
would have
helped
ever?
fix the
And you
table.
helped fix the table.
I didn't do much. That was all Josh, and Freddie helped me out with a good deal on my car, fixing my car. So
Yeah, that's what it's all about, is community. But who would have ever thought?
I
Like
just
it.
pointed him in that direction.
Wow.
That's all I did.
Awesome interview with Izette. Yeah, I've never been to the NatB convention, but it'd be kind of cool.
I think it'd be very nice.
for all the
And then we'll bring
shows
him
get
up.
distributed
maybe,
from.
Maybe there'll be a cast down there that he brings. We'll bring him in here, have a giant party. You see, good stuff does happen. And the miracle of Christmas.
I'd say the miracle of Hanukkah,
Miracle of
because
Hanukkah?
it's the sixth night of Hanukkah tonight.
Oh, that's
so
right.
you know what?
One,
We're
two.
still in the miracle of Hanukkah,
How come I got 7 lights?
because the Shamash doesn't count. I mean, it counts, but it doesn't count as a night.
You guys don't know how to count.
Well, yeah, we do. But I'll have to explain it to you again.
Again.
Again and again. All right, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we've got the Modern Rose. We're going to talk about some food, some coffee, a little cafe style, and hopefully we'll get to meet Izette in person. That would be fantastic. Nice job, Royce. Wow, a distribution company.
Pretty
Isn't that
good.
amazing?
Well, when, I gotta ask you a question off the air.
All right, more to come.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? Or what if it happened here? With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new CareWatch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The CareWatch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your CareWatch for free. The CareWatch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your CareWatch for free. Don't wait. Call us to get your CareWatch right now. Operators are standing by.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
When a garage door breaks down or the opener stops working, you need to act fast. So if it's broken, call Broughton. Broughton Garage Door Sales can handle all of your service, repair, and installation needs. And if you need a new garage door or garage door opener, call Broughton. They have a great line of Clopay garage doors and LiftMaster openers. And their expert technicians can prevent major problems with annual garage door tune-ups. Broughton Garage Door Sales, opening doors for you since 1955. Visit broughton.com. That's BROTEN.com. Or call 954-946-5555. That's 954-946-5555.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
My finger's black.
I see that.
That was an interesting interview. Next time, let me know.
I should have
Now,
told
I gotta
you.
tell you, it's interesting that you picked today to do this, and you brought the guys in here as well from Modern Rose, because Modern Rose, the name, just the word Modern Rose, has an old century, present tense, futuristic tense. It's like something different. It's not an eatery that you go like to McDonald's or White Castle. It's not like that. It's different. It's like historical. Like my favorite movie is The Rose. There's no better movie in the world. I like it. My own reasons, it doesn't matter. But anything with the word rose for me is cool. So Modern Rose to me, and we've tried to get them on the air forever.
Gosh, for a long time.
And here they sit. And you brought it in with the gentleman with the distribution piece. Maybe we bring them in from Miami. Maybe we head over there to have lunch with them or something. Something a little bit different.
The cafe is just lovely. So let's introduce Emilio and Rafael of the Modern Rose. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I guess I'll do this in a little bit.
Thank you for having us. We're so excited.
Talking to your mic, take it off.
You can take it off. There you go. It is our pleasure. And the logo of a Modern Rose, this beautiful lady, someone's mother, grandmother.
You know, she's essentially a caricature, but you know, from the beginning, we've found that the Modern Rose has a spirit to it, and to her, you know, she's a living being. I think most companies and organizations, my take on that is that they are living, organizations. So we wanted to rebrand when we took over a few years ago, and we worked with a couple of really talented designers, 2 women who are regulars, Chelsea and Lindsay. I'm sorry, Chelsea and Amy, excuse me. And they, we kind of explained, hey, look, this is the spirit of the brand. This is what we want to show people what we are. And they came up with that. Ironically, it looks kind of like the founder of the Modern Rose. You know, so we bought this 4 years ago, but it ended up looking, and I don't think they ever met her. It's just kind of serendipitous, like you were saying.
What's the idea behind the Modern Rose as the cafe? What's the vision, the mission of it?
Yeah, well, something that we've been doing, it's community, and it's crazy what you guys been talking about, because this is what we love, what we've been making part of, is just having everyone around and be served as our guests, as our people. So like one of our main things, besides having a great product as coffee and breakfast, it is how we connect with people. And this is what we care, I guess, the most, you know, because we want to create an impact on how we treat people, how we serve. We're here to serve, and that's all what we've been doing. And we're very, very grateful to all our customers, because they feel the love. Every time they come into the shop, it's like, wow, it's like a whole different environment, and like they just like go somewhere else. And it's just that, like, seeing their face, their magic in their eyes, like that's all what we need, what we're looking for.
I have a quick funny story to that. Not funny, I guess, but just it's an impactful story for me. I got into a car accident a couple of years ago. I was at the physical therapy place. I'm leaving. You know, you go to like give your file to the front desk, and I hear someone behind me, and I thought I heard them say the Modern Rose. So I just kind of look back, and we've been around for a few years, so people, it's not unheard of to hear someone say that. And I look and I say, "Excuse me, did you say the Modern Rose?" And she goes, "Yeah." And she looks at me and she sees my hand, and I kind of, I live the brand. I put the rose on my hand, and she goes, "Are you the owner?" And I said, I am. And she goes, "Can I give you a hug?" And I said, "Sure, sure." She comes up and she teared up. She cried a little bit. She gave me a hug. She's like, this is like in the middle of like the height of COVID, and tensions with people are heightened, and I don't know. I think she had been discriminated against in other businesses and whatever, but she just felt such a sense of true, authentic sense of love and welcomeness at the Rose that she cried when she met me. And to this day, it's been like the most impactful interaction I've had with many. And we've met, MMA, UFC champions come in, and NFL Hall of Famers and celebrities. And really the most impactful one was that. And then yesterday I was in Savannah, Georgia, and I ran into one of our regulars at a cafe, which was really cool. He stopped, he's like, "Modern Rose?" And I go, "What are you doing here?"
It's really interesting because there are many cafes and coffee shops around our community. And you're a little bit off the beaten path. You're in the Cove Shopping Center, which is really nowhere near here. So the fact that my crew leaves here and they go down there to get coffee and pastries.
Wait. Let's correct that. It isn't far unless Dawn is leading the path.
Yeah, don't let me drive there.
It's
but
a
it's
10-minute
like,
ride unless you're leading the path.
It's not like it's on 20th Street.
I know, but the way you do it is 45 minutes later.
Yeah.
She zigzags to your
But people, it's a destination.
I do too.
But it's a destination. It's not just,
I was just going to say it's a
this is
destination.
the close cafe. It's a destination where people actually seek to go.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I'm sitting here, and you remember Cheers?
Of course. I was in Boston 3 years ago.
Have you ever been in Boston? Go to Cheers? Because I waited 2 hours to get in the place.
Underwhelming?
Yes. And I went in there, and there's a field. There's a field that goes on at Cheers. It's like a place, it's your home.
Everybody knows your name.
Your place, to me, is the perfect location to do a set, to do a show from. Remember Friends when they used to go to the
Central
cafe?
Perk. Yeah,
right?
Of course.
To me, that's the feel I get.
Grace says we should go do a girl dinner there.
No, forget about girl dinner. Always with the girl dinner.
Girl dinner.
I think we should do a set where we go in there and we film something from there that becomes the base for whatever it is we're going to call it, to hang out and do a set from there, because their look is so different. The video that you sent us is so different.
Yeah.
Once you do that, and people want to go there to see the set, to network, to be part of something on the horizon, watch out what happens. But they got the name. They do have the location.
You have menu, because we were looking at your menu when you were at the event.
Yeah. Well, today we brought like a little bit of our holiday
Just to share some of the names, because as you said, it's just such a great destination place to go for the holidays
We
too.
purposefully do everything a little differently.
Yes, yeah, and it's amazing how like people like actually receive this, because like all of this what we're doing is for you guys, for everyone here. So like for example, right now we got like a couple like cold brew drinks, the chocolate mint brew, toasted matcha caramello. We try like to put different ingredients, different senses, flavors, and colors also. So it's made with love, and we always say like our secret ingredient, not very secret, it is love, and you can actually taste it.
But I love it. I love the presentation that you guys did when we were at that small event. That you guys were there. You were like a beacon. You were like a light. That was right there. It changes everything. Networking, I can see people go to your place to want to network, have a networking party. And I can see your place also where you do a shoot in the back and people are coming in because they want to be part. And you start taking people and you put people in the set. So let's say that they don't know anything about it. So this is what you like to be in the show, and you do the show and you put them on the set, get the releases and the whole 9 yards.
I think it would work really well. We had MTV come in about a year ago right now. They came in, they filmed for an episode of Catfish. The producers were traveling, and it was really cool. We got to meet Neve and Tallulah Willis, Bruce Willis's daughter, and it was cool. They just same thing. They loved the environment. They rearranged all like the format just to accommodate all their equipment.
Yes,
But,
because you have to put some things, but you can keep it small, light, and still capture
For
it.
sure. We'd love to
and
do
then
that.
it becomes, Modern Rose becomes a place of destination.
Absolutely.
Do you know on Alignable and some of the other sites, they still ask us about our menu because they think the Brooklyn Cafe is a cafe.
It's a real cafe.
I said, sure, I can have a ham and cheese sandwich. How do you want it?
Well, we can do a little collaboration,
You want coffee and eggs with that? Whatever you want, but we don't do food.
We could do the Brooklyn Cafe breakfast, something like that, and have it on the
But
menu.
this is what I'm talking about.
Something we could do a morning show there. It'd be so much fun.
But I think it would be outstanding.
Yes.
Because
agree.
having people come in to want to be part of the show is the part I want, the lure that I want. And we're in season, so all the good things are going on.
Yeah, this is the time.
And you got to have the right chemistry to pull this off. And I got to tell you, you did a fantastic job that
You've got a
night.
great personality.
Thank you so much.
It's contagious because you make everybody else around you feel more comfortable. And I think that the Modern Rose, and again, I just love the name. The name to me, it starts with a name. In this place, if you go to the outside, you sort of wonder why we don't have a sign up for the studio. We tried 3 times.
Focus tough.
No.
We didn't even get that far.
People, COVID hit, and then
yeah.
people are fighting with one another about the lettering and this. So, Ariana Grande, and she owned this with her daughter, and we have another singer, Kendra, and they were in here together.
Oh, I think I know
And
Kendra. I think she goes to the Rose.
You probably.
Kendra
yes.
probably does. She'll
She
be in
goes to
next
Rose.
week. We
Yeah.
should bring her with us.
We should.
Yes.
But we decided to leave the sign alone because we've been here now, 4 years. We went through COVID, we expanded, everything was working. So you don't mess with history, you leave it alone. So people ask me, okay, what's the name of it? Why is there not together? And it becomes part of the story, just like a cafe. We're not a cafe. We actually have people come in here and they leave different than when they come in here. So there's a whole bunch of chemistry that goes on, but I love Modern Rose. I love the name.
She's coming on the 21st, Kendra, so we should come and maybe
Yeah,
go
we'll
in
do a
when
set.
she's
We'll
there.
do
She's there, I think,
something.
through January. That would be a lot of fun.
First said about the Modern Rose.
I think it's a home run for a lot of different reasons, and everybody's looking for a place to call their name.
I have to ask, though, what made you buy a cafe?
Well,
Were you in the business?
yeah, I grew up in the restaurant business.
Okay.
Yeah, it's long story short. I was in the military. I went to school for finance. I thought I was going to work on Wall Street. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, so I came down to South Florida where I had some roots to start a business and failed. My wife was pregnant at the time with our first baby. We have number 3 on the way right now. And sister. So Rafa's my brother-in-law, and so we're doing that. And the business failed. It was a construction business, and we were living on food stamps. So I got back into the restaurant business. We had to pay the bills, and the opportunity to So I became a regular at the Modern Rose. Now, again, pre us building what we've built, the Modern Rose had tea, it had like some vegan bakery items, and I think 3 or 4 dishes on the menu. It was the kitchen, if you want to call it that, was smaller than your stage. It was, it's a closet, basically. But it was a beautiful name, it's a beautiful vibe, the antiques, and just kind of the ability to, I think, open up, me being a tattooed military guy running around, right, and being able to say, hey, now I get to focus on something that's about love and floral and about welcomeness. It's a total 180 shift from where I thought I was going in life. And thankfully, so we got the woman who founded it was moving for personal reasons and said, hey, you're in the biz, could you help me try to find a buyer? I tried, I put some feelers out, nobody was interested. I was losing money at the time, and it just was a very small thing. And it's no secret that the restaurant business is a lot of hard work, so nobody really wanted to jump into a failing one at that time. So I brought it to my wife, and she's the one who said, hey, why don't we do it? And I said, are you sure? Do you know what I grew up in this, so I know what this entails.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to do this? It's a lot. And she was the voice of reason, saying yes. We got, we negotiated. We got to the finish line. I got cold feet. I was going to pull out of the deal. My wife was like, no, hey, let's do it. And I said, okay. So I took her judgment. Thankfully, I did that. It's
How many years?
We've owned it for a little over 4 years now. So we bought it in September of 2019. She was 7 months pregnant with number 2 by then. COVID hits 3 months later. We had to shut down. It's such a story. And then as soon as we reopened, it's grown, exponentially, like a
What a
1200%.
great story, especially, you were just down and out.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, very much.
Yeah, we've had these conversations before. Do people that are really on the subsidized food, do they stay on subsidized food and let the government take care of you, or do you actually say, you know what, I got to provide for my wife and family, or my husband and my kids, because I have to do this for our family? Yeah. And you get up, you pull up your pants, and you go, I got to go do this, and this is what you did. So the story, as you said, the people's story behind those that we get to interview, the businesses, are always like those feel-good, wow. Yeah. If you can do it, then you know what, other people can actually do it also.
Well, we had a similar story.
Not the restaurant business. I wouldn't touch that one.
It's the underdog story, right?
We had a similar story that we were out of where we were. We were at iHeart, and they sold it to sports. So we no longer had that radio station. So we had to leave there. And then we were at Beasley down the street here, another radio station, 740. And they sold our spot there as well. So we had nowhere to work out of. We had no studio. We kept it at bay until we could find a place, and we found another studio to go to. And on the day of signing the lease, that landlord had a meltdown. And he was throwing paint cans around and screaming, and he went crazy. No. So we walked out of there, and this one had taken a class next door with a friend of ours, and she met the landlord. We came in here, and it was above what I thought we could afford.
Totally.
I look around and I say, and this is completely empty. I says, what are you going to do with all this space? Because we had a spot that was no bigger than
the stage was our old studio. It was literally this.
That's how it should start,
Same thing.
Yeah.
And we came in here, and we're entering our 8th year. We've been here 4 years.
We've been here November 2019, right before COVID hit.
And COVID hit the day of. And Crazy Uncle Mike's was sitting in that chair, and he says, promise me you guys are not going to close. Now we didn't have to close because we had FCC license from the radio station.
Okay.
So we give the news, we do whatever we had to. It stays open.
Essential business.
And he told me, do not close. Whatever you do, you find a way. And we stayed open, and we expanded.
It's amazing.
Internally, we expanded, and we had the artists come in, and they all helped out, and everybody helped out, and everybody helped out. But everything was like spooky town.
But it's always about the community, right? Our community, like Maria, right? She started with us up in iHeart 8 years ago, and for her to have this full circle moment, to finally open her first studio, and her parents to be there, for us was just like this, because she's my daughter's age, just to see her do this and grow and have this great opportunity. And she texted this morning, she's like, I love that you have branded coffee. I love, because we gave her gifts. I love that you have your own cookie dough. She was like just so excited that we gave it to her. She'll be in next week, hopefully.
Yeah, she's a very busy young lady.
To see the community grow, and that you guys were there is amazing, because she could have just had an opening in her little area and been done.
Yeah.
But she just brought everybody forward.
Yes, for real. No, like that event, her grand opening, it was an amazing time for us. Like, well, that's how we're here today, right? So like, we were like right in the best place at the right time. And like, yeah, it's all about community. That's what we're actually right now building. at the Modern Rose, our hours were until 5, but now we are open until 9
That's what you
p.m.
said.
And it's fantastic how
Oh, you are
people-
doing dinner.
Yeah, we're an all-day cafe. We don't have a full the full dinner menu hasn't launched yet, but we're imagine a cafe is a community space. Going back to this community topic, ironically, we were on the phone at midnight last night. I just got in from a road trip. At midnight, I had stuff in my brain and my heart, and I was like, I got to talk to Rafa and kind of talk about the strategic plans, the next stages of the Rose, and the whole thing was centered on this conversation about community and what the next stages are. And you guys talked about that today, and it's everything
All
kind of
right,
keeps
so what are
tying
the
back
next
in.
stages? What's next?
Ooh,
so much.
Whatever you can release.
Well, so the first point in that conversation is, like you said, it's a destination. So the Modern Rose, as we scale the brand, is destination dining. Our brick and mortar locations are destination dining. So we're looking for locations that are high volume, perhaps like either touristy or just places where there are a lot of international travelers. We are negotiating for space right now in the Palms Casino in Vegas.
Wow.
We've been going back and forth with them for a few months, kind of locking in last minute details. I would love, and then from there, it's really looking at internationally. So that's what I went to school for, was international business. We have a lot of contacts in England and Kuwait and Saudi Arabia and Bangladesh. So we're looking for London, Tokyo, Paris. I mean, you name large cities where there are epicenters for people to come in and visit, and we have to visit the Modern Rose there. So they'll always be hyper local. They'll have a string of continuity between them that makes it the Modern Rose. But I think what differentiates us is that we can go into, let's say, Paris as an example. The Parisian Modern Rose would be much different than the Boca Raton Modern Rose, and by design. That's on purpose. We source all of our furniture and our fixtures. They're all consignment stores, Facebook Marketplace. We go around and we find things from the community and give them second, third, 100th lives. Who knows, how long they've been around, and the stories that they create. And
sometimes it's direct, like our customers, they'll be like, "Oh my God, like I'm like redoing my whole living room. I have this for you. Can we please bring it?" Yes, we want them all. We want all your energy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So
Did
did the Modern Rose change when you took it over in 2019? Did you make some changes to the theme and the kind of the style, the vibe, or was it already like that? Like, how much of it is you that you brought to it?
That's a good question. I'd say the general aesthetic was there. That I did not come up with, nor did Rafa, my wife. The general aesthetic of the vintage and the antique and the floral. Well, the vintage was there. We added a lot of, we really wanted to kind of hone in on that floral element of it and incorporate floral wherever we can, in good taste. What we added the first changes we made were operational. So we added the whole coffee shop component. Some people know us as a coffee shop. And that's like 1/3 of what we do. Really, what differentiates us in the market is because, like you said, there's a lot of cafes and coffee shops, and it's ultra competitive, especially in South Florida, is that we're not just a coffee shop. We are a coffee shop, 100%, all locally roasted, shade grown, organic, specialty grade, all that. But we're also a full tea house. We have like 60 different organic teas from around the world.
I love tea.
So a lot of people internationally, tea is the number one consumed beverage in the world. America, it's coffee. But we are the only place where you have real coffee shop and real loose leaf tea, organic, steeped the right way, the right water temperature, the right amount of time. They don't just give you a tea bag and give you a cup and then you let it get bitter. Like, we actually take care in what we do. Yeah. And then we have the third component to the business is the cafe, the food portion. So it's a full restaurant too. So any one of those by themselves is a lot of work for somebody to do. A coffee shop is a lot of work. A tea room is a lot of work. A restaurant's a lot of work. All three of them is more than I would wish on my enemies, but we found our secret sauce of how to make it work. So we created that. We made we streamlined the hours. There were simple things, hiring people instead of just working it ourselves and working ourselves to death. Let's hire people. Let's pay them well. Let's encourage people. We have a certain method to our hiring process. Things like that, that have really allowed it just to kind of flourish. A lot of people like Rafa, who is this radiating, beaming, contagious light. That's how I describe Rafa to people. It's who he really is. Allow him to flourish and his skill sets to flourish, and all of our team, from people that are coming in at 16 as their first job to people who are considering and building a career with us. People are allowed to just be them, and help.
I can't wait to experience it.
You're gonna love it.
Are you open 7 days a week?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, from Monday to Saturday. Well, our Deerfield location, we're open from 8 a.m. and we close at 9 p.m.
7 days a week.
Sundays at 4. We close at 4 Sundays. We got that little rest. But we're also down in Fort Lauderdale.
Where in Fort Lauderdale?
We're in Federal Sunrise.
Okay.
There's like a weird intersection
Where the old
right there.
Sears used to be in that area?
Yeah, just east of that, where the Gateway Theater is, and Il Molino and Canyon
Okay.
used to be.
Sure.
It's called Gateway Plaza.
Yeah,
so we're in that plaza. Right?
That used to
west
be
of
that
Gallery Mall.
hamburger place used to be in there. It may
Burger
still be
Stop.
there. Burger.
It's still there.
It's still there?
So we interviewed, oh my gosh, so many years ago. We did a shoot
we
down
did
there.
a show down there. I'm going to tell you, they're still talking about
Those
that
burgers
show.
are,
No, they're no joke.
oh my God. We did a show down there, way pre-COVID.
People were
Amazing.
walking into the place while we were doing the show. It just got crazy.
And your audio's catching all that.
Oh man, it was just nuts.
Unbelievable.
So
The
thank you to your
burgers are like,
production team.
and they brought some in one day for lunch for the crew. And you guys, we got to get you guys down there. We'll have to do both.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so we have that one, which we opened in, I think June, I want to say, and we've already expanded that twice. We started with one unit and we took 2 more. So now we have the whole corner. So again, we're building community spaces.
Wow.
A lot. Any Modern Rose we build has a secondary function as an event space. So we do as on networking. We have a company, an organization called NPI. They're like BNI, these networking groups. We have an NPI that comes every Wednesday. So we're a community space. On top of all those other things, we're now a community space too.
Yes.
Which is
Did you
great.
ever think 4 years ago or 5 when you were really looking to get back into business and do some things right, military tattoos, did you ever think you would be here?
Never.
With, with 2 kids, 1 on the way, a lovely wife, and you're doing a coffee tea cafe, Modern Rose business.
Yeah, no. I thought I was going to be an analyst at a hedge fund, to be honest with you. That's what I thought I was going to be.
All right, so what would you tell people that are going, like if you have your kids when they're growing up, what do you tell them on success in business?
I'd say probably 2 things. Whatever you do it well, do it right. And I'd say like Bruce Lee, be like water. We get a lot of times as people, we get too wrapped up in, we have to be forced like, hey, my dad wants me to be a doctor. I have to be a doctor.
Yeah.
We live in a different world. It's 2023. That's the modern part of the Modern Rose, The build-out's vintage and the reality of the business is modern. Be open, be open to the world. And we live in a world where we're here with people from, New York, Connecticut, Mexico, Persia, Turkey. I mean, this is the world we live in. That's beautiful and it's amazing. And that's what the Modern Rose represents. So I just say be open and again, I think do it once and do it right,
Just flow. What an amazing business model.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
We met you with avocado toast. Who knew we'd be talking business models?
That's
right?
one of our main dishes. We're making the avocado toast fresh and everything. So glad I could get you and serve you there. And please, all of you guys come and visit us. We love to serve. We love our people. We love our community. So we want you all with us.
I'll be there with my friend
that's what
Joey.
we're-
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, that's what we're trying to be all over. That's the idea. That's what we want. That's what we're working for. Right now we're young. I'm younger, but but right now that we can, we want to hustle. We want to do it right. And I think one of the main things that we always perform, and I think that's one of the laws. Make it with love. And here
You
we
gotta
are.
love what you do. But I tell you, I got into the restaurant business for 6 months. I could not do it. I could not do it. Because you know how you have a job from 9 to 5? Restaurant business is 9 till it finishes.
Yes.
Which 6 months later, it still hadn't finished.
Well, it's like 5 until it finishes.
Man,
It's
and
tough.
then you start all over again. So they used to say to me, "Why are you sleeping at the restaurant?" Why? Because I have to be here at 5 in the morning to get deliveries, and then you have to watch everything. You have to make sure people don't get hurt, and you got to make sure it is drama.
It's consuming. It's consuming.
24/7.
Yeah.
But there comes a hump. They tell me 3 years. After 3 years, you get over the hump. The hump gets lighter because you get used to. You get better at doing it.
Yeah, as humans, I think we adapt. So we find solutions to our biggest pain points, So I agree. And I think for us, unfortunately, we're a little bit we're masochists in the sense that we just keep wanting more. So we want to build more and bring this energy and bring this concept to so many people. So as soon as we get comfortable with something, we're looking for the next one. So we're living in a constant state of that exact that difficulty of this business. But I feel it kind of reminds me when you're saying that of boat ownership. My dad used to own boats. I never have. I never will. It doesn't matter how much money we have. But I don't want it because they say the 2 best days when you own a boat are the day you buy it and the day you sell it.
The day you sell it.
You could kind of equate the restaurant industry to that, maybe. It's great. Like, I have a business, and then you get into it. It's like, wow, this is harder than I think anything I've ever done, and it's probably going to be great one day if we sell, but until so we just enjoy the journey. We love the process.
The idea that you're doing with all over the world, the different spots, the Hard Rock did that. And that concept, I remember when I was growing up and he was putting them in different places. And there's nothing like walking through Vegas and seeing Modern Rose. And you got to sit there and it's surreal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's surreal. You got to pinch yourself and says, man. Then you go to Japan and you see modern roads.
There, yeah.
And it's funny because in our business, sometimes the only tap in the back that you get is from you reaching around going like this, because you got to go back to work and you got to take all that responsibility on. And when things go wrong, look in the mirror, because that's the person that has to resolve it.
Yeah.
But man, what a ride, man. What a ride I had when I had Azul. And
Where
I'm
was
sure
it?
that you're having that. It was in the Bronx, by the L over, I don't even remember, Westchester. It was called Azul. It was a French restaurant. The first day I walked in, I says, all right, look at this.
What made you buy a French restaurant?
The kitchen collapsed. What made you do
You
the
learned how to
Brooklyn
say
Cafe?
croissant, and then that was it.
I don't know.
The floor in the kitchen collapsed down to the basement. Oh my God. I went, that's not supposed to be there. So we had to shut
It's your
down to
problem.
rebuild it.
Day one.
It was all the water and everything from cooking. So they did that. I had to bring in new this and new that. The chefs. And I'm going to tell you something about chefs, man. Chefs have some attitude because they have to be the best. I don't want to work with this other chef. And don't touch my kitchen. I said, bro, I only got one kitchen.
It's ego. And by the way, you're the owner. It's your kitchen. It's an ego thing. you know?
Man, I tried every angle. So I brought in a guy who knew a guy. I says, come here, you run this
Sounds
place
like
for
the
me.
Bronx.
Eddie was huge. And I never forget, I had my mother's birthday there. I think it was, I don't even know how old she was. May she rest in peace. And she sat down and she says to me, you're in the mob. I said, no, ma'am, I'm not in the mob. She says, you're in the mob. Nobody could do this. Nobody could do this. Because it was an achievement.
Yeah,
And nobody
100%.
ever saw me do this. So they laugh at me because I've had 4,000 jobs. I've done everything from selling cheese on the truck to owning a restaurant. But I had to get out because
Makes
it
you
was
wise.
just too much.
It's a lot.
It
You know,
was
we
too
ran into a similar situation recently. We're opening Hollywood now. So we have Fort Lauderdale. We signed Hollywood. It's on Hollywood Boulevard, just west of Presidential Circle. So we signed that, I think, November 1st. And the second or third day we went in there, everything was supposed to be turnkey, you know. We find that the grease trap, and honestly, this is my fault, 100%. I didn't do enough due diligence. The price was right. The timing was good. And long story short. I opened the grease trap, and it's an 1,800 gallon grease trap. It's like 10 feet deep in the cement, by like 6 feet by 6 feet. This big, essentially a
look?
room,
How'd it
right?
look?
It's full to the top, hard as a rock. So day one, day two or day three, there goes a couple grand just in breaking up. And so I asked the plumber. I said, "Hey, how long does it take to get like this?" He said, 5-10 years.
Yeah.
So they never,
They
all the
never
concepts
cleaned
that were
it.
there, they never cleaned it. And it's like, so those are the kind of those little things you don't know when you go to a restaurant necessarily, how much they're doing, they should be doing or not doing. So when we go into a place, we look into like, okay, let's take a real inventory of ourselves, of what needs to happen here in the space. So we're doing it right, but doing it right takes time and money and energy and
And the right
stress.
people.
That's
You
the number
guys
one thing.
surround yourself with the right, and welcome to Florida.
Yeah, that's the hardest part.
Man, hardest part. I'm gonna go light a candle, maybe two, because I gotta tell you, that shows a lot of inner strength. Not one, but two new ones, and then he's talking about all over the world. Man, I gotta tell you.
Impressive.
I have no doubt.
I gotta tip my
We're
head.
ready.
And like they both say, also Izette talked about past failures leading to future successes.
It's always been like that. I
Right.
failed at so many things in my life. I made a lot of money, lost a lot of money. I like making a lot of money, a lot better, but that isn't even the drive anymore. It's not the drive. I love
Once
the
you've
network.
had it a couple of times, especially the winning and the losing, you've had it a couple of times. It's like, all right, I get it now. But now what are we producing? What are we contributing to society? What are we building, creating? You get to that point, I think.
Nice.
There's a thing that I heard recently, and it makes so much impact in my life, that it was a successful people are looking forward, like to fail. They want to fail ASAP, because they know that the next step will be the success, and it'll probably be another failure and another one. But like they want it like now, because they want to
Interesting.
reach out that. And well, that's my motto right now. Like
He wants to
being always
fail and
grateful.
succeed.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. Check
Yeah,
out
we'll
the
give you
Modern
that.
Rose.
Believe, always.
How many Modern Roses are there open right now?
Open right now, 2.
Gotcha.
In 2 or 3 weeks, we'll have 3. Hollywood will open soon. Like I said, I just got back last night, so
Congrats.
as soon as we leave here, I have to go to Hollywood and I can take that inventory of, okay, where are we at? Is the wallpaper done? I know the grease trap is done, thankfully.
Do they all look the same?
I mean, similar, yeah, in the sense that, again, like they're hyper local, so they're not exactly the same. So we'll never have all of the chairs be the same. Or the only thing that I've been building aesthetically that is that is consistent throughout the locations is the bar. So the bar when you walk in is you don't see it in Deerfield yet, but we're expanding Deerfield for a second time into like a unit 6 doors down. So it has 2 really large red high gloss bars, with a ton of trim and gold statues built in, and they're stunning with white countertops.
Wow.
So we've replicated that. That's going to be the iconic kind of aesthetic element to any location we own.
Nice.
And besides that, they're all hyper local. You know, we have a partner in Hollywood who's like a UFC legend, and he works for ESPN now. And they closed an office and they gave him a bunch of furniture, and some of that furniture really fits our vibe. And they're like gold studded chairs. So he sends me a picture while I'm up north in Boston, and he's like, "Hey, do you want these chairs?" I'm like, "Done." So he gets them sent, and
Bring them in.
welcome to the Modern Rose. You know, so
And the one in
amazing.
Deerfield is the original.
yeah, that's the
So
original.
that's always gonna be mom. Yeah. No
It's
matter
the
where
flagship,
you go.
you know. Yeah.
There's
I love the
always that
vintage,
one.
the vintage thrift, idea, because not only is that hip right now, but you're also using things and being resourceful and, not spending on new stuff, but keeping things
definitely. And
sustainability.
100%. And the people that comes with us, like, they're all great energy. There's like all great people. Our customers, our guests, they're just fantastic people. And the fact that we have a little piece of their life, because it was their moms, it was their fathers. Like, it was, here's a little tea mug that I wanted like to give you guys, and we have their energy, their good energies with us. So like, it's always surrounded by good people, good vibes, good energy. We're always flowing, as you were saying earlier.
Amazing.
Vintage is the way to go. I get yelled at a lot in here because I love vintage. I love old playhouses. I love the curtains and the drapes
Yeah,
and
me
everything
too.
else that goes with it, because it has a different feel.
There's
to
character.
it.
There's
It does,
substance.
But in here I get outvoted all the time. They say,
Name one
"No."
time.
No, I have to force my way.
Name one time that you haven't got what you wanted.
But
it might
it's-
just take time.
Like that.
Like what? You got a sound
the
booth.
box, the sound booth.
Oh, you got
we
it.
spent a lot of money on
Oh,
the sound
yes,
booth.
it's
But we
still there.
started doing music with it, and then
Oh, yeah.
that COVID came and it dried up. I mean, what am I gonna? I can't go and find somebody. So
Maybe
I
the
turned
Modern
it.
Rose, you want to donate it.
No, so I
Modern music studio.
There you go.
I donated it and I put a record player in there because
Okay, cool.
they had never seen a record player.
never
Nobody
seen
had
one?
seen it. They hadn't seen vinyl and a record player. So I went to Walmart and I picked one up, and I got a piece in there, and I lit it up, and people were coming in here to take pictures of the box.
There you go.
Remember that? I said, "Oh, look at me now."
Hey,
So
okay.
now they want to move it. They want to take it down and put something else. I said, no, why? It ain't bothering nobody. Leave it alone.
I think we got to go over to the Modern Rose. Let's see what our schedule's like the next week or two and head down
Yes,
there.
please. We'll love to have you. We'll love to serve you.
I think it'll be a whole lot of fun.
Maybe we go
It'll be
Thursday.
nice.
Yeah, we'd love to film. Yeah, so we've done a few.
be
We've had a
fun.
couple podcasts come in, and
Take it down.
it'll be fun.
No, say
A
take
whole
it
lot
down.
of fun. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Are you
Thank
local?
you.
Are you from Florida?
Yeah, sort of. I was born here, moved around a lot, but
Came back.
yeah, we live in Lighthouse Point now, and yes, we're close by.
How about you, Raf?
Am I all the way from Mexico? Yeah, originally from Mexico, born and raised and everything, and I've been here for 4 years now. Yeah, it's been a fantastic journey.
And have you always been in the restaurant business?
Well, since I moved here to the States, yes. Yeah, all restaurant, and it's where I find my way, like serving. I'm pretty sure that I came to this world to serve, and what a better way like to be serving people. And it's amazing how I met like people, tourists, all kind of everything. Like I just learned so much from everyone, and I love to also leave a little seed with them. So like it's been just a fantastic journey in this hospitality. I was studying hospitality in Mexico.
Yeah,
I didn't finish the career, but like now that's what I'm doing. That's my life. This is what I'm performing.
Or you have a great personality.
Maybe you can
for
do the Modern
business.
Rose in Espanol.
Thank you.
We could do it in Spanish. You could do it in a lot of things.
Well, only because he
We
speaks
could do a
Spanish.
jingle. ¿Tú canta?
Yo canto, bailo, de todo.
He dances and he sings.
You're a spiritual guy too, Rafael, huh?
Yeah.
Talking
Yes.
about the energy of the objects from the people and the love in the food when you serve it. It's actually a tangible thing.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's a secret to successful business is to have people like him.
I was saying, it's people.
People
Anybody
is
can buy
people.
coffee and sell coffee.
You're a good judge of character and people. That's the secret. And I'm gonna tell you, in that business, very few people get it. You know how many restaurants a year go?
All businesses in general. So
Oh yeah, I mean restaurants are essentially iconic for that. They're notorious
Yeah.
for their fail rate. And fortunately and unfortunately, I think I can go into a new place and I look around like, okay, like this has a chance, or I can tell you a year, 2 years, depending on how liquid they are, how much money they want to keep throwing at it. Eventually, it's going to go down. And
It's like the feel, right?
Yeah, it tends to. It always tends for me. That feeling tends to revolve around the people, who they choose to let represent them, their business, will 100% determine the success of that business.
Yeah, because the community is going to absorb that individual.
100%.
So negative breeds negative. Positive.
Come think about it. You guys know. You go to coffee shops, restaurants, whatever you name it. Imagine you have a server, you have a barista who goes to take your order, and you walk up to the counter and they just look at you, and you're like, hello.
Hello.
Have you seen the Rude restaurant in Japan?
No.
It's called the Rude Restaurant. And they're trying to expand because people love being treated badly for fun.
It's like Dick's Last Resort.
So they're trained to be rude.
And you should see they have a 6-month wait.
Right?
And it's 7 months.
Well, that's the other end of the spectrum. You can. I mean, that's a great model.
Craziest stuff.
I would do it for free.
Exactly.
Be rude?
Yeah.
You are. No.
You're like, yeah, it's not.
All right, you ready to wrap this up?
I'm ready to go.
Thank you guys so much for
Thank you,
joining
thank
us.
you
so much. Thank you.
Royce,
So nice to meet you all.
nice job. Ojan, wow, what a treat. You're in and you know the shows, the production, and you're going to head to the Modern Rose.
It was a treat for me. Yeah, definitely gonna check it out. Excited about that.
You,
right.
you
Great to
rather
meet you.
had to stay in Florida and not go to Colorado.
Right? Hey, if the opportunity's there, I'm staying till early January.
Your car ain't going, so I guess.
It's gonna be
So
going
you're not
this
going.
afternoon, according to Mr. Mike.
More to come. And if you're in the area, pick up one of Frank A. Ravolo's books. We've got 13 to choose from. Purchase any one between now and December 19th. The drawing is December 20th to win the entire collection. You can get signed copies right here at the studio or on frankarafolo.com. And if you go and buy it on his website, just send us a message so we can put your name in for the drawing.
And I'm not picking up that bag anymore. It's
All
too
right.
heavy.
Have a
50
great
pounds.
afternoon, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to each other. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
As always, don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Don't miss out on December 20th this holiday season.
We are proud to announce a book basket giveaway with all of Frank A. Rafolo's books. A renowned author with many stories, including Tres Archangelis,
Jack Stenhouse Murder Mysteries,
and sci-fi explorations like Xantha Terror.
Don't wait. Buy now.
To win the book basket, purchase any book right here at the studio of Frank A. Rafolo or purchase it online at frankarafolo.com.
Call him 866-224-5422.
Good luck.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.